Live on the Really American Media platform. It's been another wild boar of a week. Oink, oink. The political dumpster's ablaze, but let's put out this shit show and reload your brain with the facts you actually need. All right, you little bastards. It's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Come on, you feline. Start scratching the post. Holy moly. Take it away, gentlemen.
And take it away, we will. Welcome one, welcome all. We're back at it. The Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve, your political week in review. And yeah, it's Friday. It's go time, y'all.
Yeah. I got to say, your beautiful blue eyes are on full display.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Good mood lighting there.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Doing real good, dude. I love it when you get horny for me, man. It's far and few between, but when you do, you really get horny, dude. I appreciate it.
It's Friday. I mean, what are you going to do, right? So,
Truth.
Yeah. Hey, go to thevocalminority.net if you feel so inclined to reach out to Nick and I directly. We will answer it if you are somewhat sane.
That's right. And most of the time we'll answer it anyway. You know, we like to play, which is why the show is live. I see the chat already lining up. Your comments, your questions, all of the above are welcome and appreciated. So thanks for being part of the show today.
Indeed. It is Friday, and I am feeling good about that. And as always, it's never a boring week. So horny, someone says, in a political, newsy sort of way. Yes.
Yeah, and not like you wrote it, like I don't have horns, like we're sexually aroused.
Spelled it wrong, but that's all right. So, yeah. Oh, hey, greetings from Nova Scotia. There you go.
Nice.
What up, A?
We're all still holding out just as well as we can be. We'll jump into some news and get this bad boy rolling. Lots to get to today, ladies and gents.
This is Need to Know News. News you need to know.
Hello, Americans. This is Paul Harvey. Stand by for news.
Suzanne, we love you too. And what's up to Vegas? I got to get over to Vegas again.
What up, Vegas? It's funny. I was in Southern California not too long ago, and I told somebody I was from Nevada, and they're like, "Oh, Las Vegas." I'm like, "No, other end of the state." And they were mystified. It seems like anyone else in America, if you're not from Nevada, and I'm pronouncing the name of the state correctly, they just assume the entire thing is Las Vegas. I told the guy I live closer to San Francisco than I live to Las Vegas. Just to give you a little context. Okay.
Oh, that's good. And you live closer to the, what do they call it, the biggest little city in the world?
Yeah, Renoville. It's good times.
Yeah. So, but everyone joins us, as we just saw, from Nova Scotia, Richmond, Virginia checking in. I mean, this is worldwide. Lafayette, Indiana.
Good stuff. Oh, Pahrump checking in, huh? Another Silver Stater. That's nice. Good
What's
times.
Pahrump?
It's a town in Nevada.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
Parumpa-pum-pum, is that where that comes from?
I don't think so, but anyways. All right, so listen, as our thumbnail implies today, it's finally happened. And it's way too little, way too late. I hope somebody actually goes to prison over this, but an ICE agent is finally going to be prosecuted in America for going way outside the bounds of any sort of normal behavior.
Yes, amen.
Right, amen. But I got to say, this ICE agent did something that plenty of other ICE agents have done. I've done actually multiple stories on the fact.
Well, let's watch a little breaking news on exactly what happened to this ICE agent, and then we can go over our thoughts here. Is that all right?
I'm all right with that. You have my permission.
Here it is.
I'm consenting.
There's an active nationwide warrant out for the arrest of an ICE agent. Minnesota prosecutors allege that the federal immigration agent pointed his duty weapon at 2 people inside of a car on a Minneapolis area highway as he pulled up alongside them in his SUV. ICE officer Gregory Morgan Jr. is now charged with 2 counts of second-degree assault, and authorities claim that Morgan was driving back to immigration offices at the end of his shift when they allege this incident happened on February 5th. So you go to the arrest warrant, and the allegations are that the driver of this other car called 911, claiming that the driver of an unmarked SUV pulled alongside them, rolled down his window, and pointed a handgun at them both. And the warrant says that Morgan, the ICE agent, told police that the other car cut him off, so fearing for his safety, he drew his gun, yelled, "Police, stop." And actually, here's Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty speaking about the case. Take a listen.
I will.
Driving while pointing a weapon out of your moving vehicle at the victims who were in another moving vehicle could have led to yet another disastrous incident in a community that has already suffered too many.
Amen.
Listen, any law enforcement officer with actual training knows, because one of my buddies growing up was a cop, and I asked him, like, how come you guys don't just shoot people in the leg or whatever?
Right.
He was like, you are trained. You do not ever take that gun out unless you plan on using it, and that's only if deadly force is required. You don't shoot to wound, you shoot to kill. But that, yeah, I mean, you don't just wave that gun around for the fun of it, that somebody's life has to be in jeopardy. So driving down a highway and you get cut off and you think sticking a gun out the window is on any realm of appropriate and would not make that situation 100 times worse. You could shoot the person while they're driving 60 miles an hour.
Even if it's just to scare someone. I mean, you watch cop videos. We see people go down for this all the time in civilian land.
Right.
And, you know, I would challenge the many people that are listening to the pod right now to try and remember a time where you didn't get into some road rage incident, whether it's you getting steamed or the other person getting steamed. But if we pulled guns when this happened, it would just be the lawless Wild West, dude. I mean, it's obviously not something you can do.
No, it definitely not. There's I believe it's called menacing. So if you take out a gun, even if you're licensed to carry it or whatever, like if you take out a gun to be intimidating, even if you don't point it at someone, if you just show them you have a gun, it's called menacing. It's a crime. You're not allowed to intimidate, with lethal force, basically.
Yeah.
But, there were other incidents in Minnesota where this happened. I did stories on. There was one in Southern California where an off-duty ICE officer was pissed at some teenager for speeding through the neighborhood.
Right.
So we went out there and cut him off in his truck and got out with his gun. It's like, I mean, you can't do that. It's not okay. But obviously, we have so many ICE agents that have had limited to no training. And they're all jacked up on testosterone. And we're told, go out there and get them. Obviously, they're breaking rules and breaking laws. So I'm happy to see this. I sure as hell hope he gets put on ice, pun intended.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I would think almost any jury in America nowadays would be chomping at the bit to to prosecute an ICE officer.
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, the cynicism in me has to wonder, optics, is this for optics or is this real? I mean, this seems like, don't get me wrong. I think this should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. But this seems like it's low on the list of, laws that have been broken by ICE agents. So why now is the question.
It's a great question, and this is a state charge. So some state prosecutor, attorney general, finally got around to this or figured they could actually make it stick. So, and Glenn here's commenting, we need to end qualified immunity for officers. Yes and no. I watch a lot of cop videos. We can't be suing cops just because people are always like, you're harassing me by pulling me over, so I'm going to sue you. You can't sue cops that are just doing their normal job within the normal confines. Otherwise, you could, the court system would be bogged down all the time. Qualified immunity ends, though, when the cops break the rules and break the laws. When they actually deserve to be prosecuted, that qualified immunity goes right out the window. But yeah, so many people, you're harassing me, I'm going to sue you. No.
Yeah, there's always a group of people that ruin it for all of us, right?
Yes.
If you didn't do that shit, then we would have, I don't know, we'd have an easier time setting up laws for these asshats that deserve to be sued or deserve to be looked at criminally.
Yeah.
But even this administration says, this is one of those things follow my words, don't follow my actions, because no one is above the law and order. That's what Trump ran on. And that's how it should be for cops. Anytime a law is broken, you should be able to sue. You should be able to take them down. You should be able to get them fired and dismissed.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheryl here asking, anyone know how many people have died in ICE facilities? Anyone know? 44.
No.
44, I believe, is the answer.
Yeah, and I don't even believe that. I think it's more because I don't think we're really being told,
Yeah. Random facts stick in my brain. I don't know why they do, but I think that was on the news this morning. 44. Someone correct me if I'm wrong or point out if I'm spot on correct.
All right.
Someone else just said I heard it's over 46, but I don't know. Either way. It's way too many.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
some of those have been deemed a homicide, by the way. I'm waiting for prosecutions on those. That ICE facility down in Texas, at least one of those deaths was, it was ruled a homicide by the coroner.
Yeah.
How is that not prosecuted a homicide? Not suicide, not, I don't even know, not negligent manslaughter, like homicide.
It should be. But, we always see these things fall through the cracks. This in particular, I was reading an article that said, you know what, feds all have supremacy. So a supremacy clause protects all those agents on duty. So this is likely for optics, is the article I was reading. I hope that's not true, dude. I hope that is not to settle a certain grouping of the population, which is large, by the way. We're all good people are looking for some accountability on what's happened. The news cycle runs so fast that we don't say Renee Good anymore. We don't say Alex Preddy anymore. And that was not that long ago that those people lost their lives.
Absolutely.
And there's others, right?
No, and I'm hoping this sort of motivates that. It gives other state attorneys general the balls or whatever to go ahead and do this. If other people can do it, so are you.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Still a little sick. This incident occurred February 5th. 35-year-old Morgan started driving illegally on the right shoulder of a highway. Unidentified driver moved partially onto the shoulder to block his path before returning to their lane. Morgan, the ICE agent, pulled up alongside the vehicle, rolled down his window, pointed a gun directly at the heads of the driver and the passengers. Morgan said ICE had conducted surveillance earlier in the day, but at the time was driving at the end of his shift to get gas. He wasn't even on duty. Told investigators the other vehicle had cut him off, and he pulled out his gun and yelled, "Please stop." Sounds like road rage to me.
Completely, dude. And it just shows you how sensitive, if road rage, even if it was real road rage, irritates this guy enough to pull a weapon, imagine what's happening out in the real world.
Yes. And as we always say, like, these are the cases we know about. Cases that were either filmed or reported, like how much stuff goes unreported and unknown. But this is why you need to prosecute the cases that are tangible, that there's evidence and, witnesses. It's like that's supposed to be how law and order works, right?
Supposedly, yes. What is everyone doing about this? I know you're probably asking that in that big old brain of yours.
What are people doing about this?
Yeah, what are other citizens doing about this? Well, I'll tell you this right now. Operation Dildo Blitz is still in progress. Okay. This is a protest.
This is awesome.
Yeah. This is a protest that kicked back off in early February in Minneapolis with, dildos thrown at federal vehicles and so many of them in the air, dude. It's so much fun to see.
Dildos filling the air, and they're throwing them like, they're playing cornhole there. But some of those have suction cups, which I think we know what that's for. But that's hilarious to see them like darts throwing them at the ICE vehicles.
I was trying to figure out, like, is this still on the move? And I see Chicago Dildo Blitz peaked on April 11th and 12th in Chicago. In LA, April 11th, 200 to 300 protesters threw dildos at ICE agents. In Portland, April 15th and 16th, dozens of dildos littered the ICE driveway as activists danced and waved them. It's still happening. So this is how we fight back, dude.
This is not getting enough media exposure, so I'm glad you played that clip because they're a bunch of dicks. Is that the connotation or what?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, that's a great way to protest, and right now is a great time to own a frog costume company and apparently a sex toy company because business is booming.
Yes.
Or are you telling them to go screw themselves? Is that?
There's a number of ways you could look at it. You could be calling them a dildo. We used to call people dildos back in grade school a lot. So
right. Yeah. Well, that's good stuff. That's constitutionally protected free speech right there.
That's right.
Every now and again, I'm reminded why I do love America, and that's it right there.
It's a hard-hitting story. Okay.
Yes, it is. Hard to swallow. It is,
yes,
actually.
This is a little hard to swallow, this news right here.
If you practice, then you get better at these things. It all goes down easy. Wowzers. And on the funny side, well, that's funny too, but on the serious/funny side of things, there are rules in this country. There are procedures and, ways that we're supposed to arrest people and evidentiary things. And as you highlighted on the last show, like the courts are sort of the last best hope that judges will actually say, like, I'm sorry, but you need rules and evidence and there's procedures, and cases get thrown out on technicalities all the time over the course of history. But there's something fun going on of late here. President Donald Trump's immigration and customs enforcement detention practices are so outside of what the law allows that even judges that Trump appointed have been freeing immigrants found to have committed serious crimes, by the way, and who sometimes even have active deportation orders, but because they were detained unlawfully, arrested unlawfully, these judges are saying, sorry, we have to let them go. Doesn't matter if they've done serious things. You didn't follow the rules on how to arrest someone. Therefore, now they go free. Some of these people actually are the worst of the worst.
And yeah, I'll tell you what, dude, let's take a little time travel back not long ago when Abrego Garcia got sent out of this country, and you had a lot of people up in arms about it. Whether he was a criminal or not was up for debate between people. Right. But whether he was removed from this country the right way and with proof, now that wasn't up for debate. It didn't happen. And all kinds of people on the right, my brother included, were like, why do you care about this scumbag? Like, don't you just care that we got him out? And I always have to go back, dude, to say, you know what? If it can happen to him, it can happen to you. It can happen to me. Yes, we need to care about this shit, dude.
We did a story last week about an American citizen deported to Mexico. Not from Mexico. Don't know if you've ever been there, but ICE said either we're going to deport you or we're going to prosecute you, and they deported the man. And it's not about caring about Abrego Garcia per se. It's about caring about the Constitution, about due process. Yeah. Because yes, like you said, like if it can happen to them, it can happen to you. If we commit war crimes, they'll commit war crimes. We're supposed to have the high ground. So doing this kind of shit just blows that all to hell. It makes us no better than the worst of the worst.
Yes.
And a quote here from Politico's Kyle Cheney, who did the story here. Hundreds of immigrants targeted amid the Trump administration's mass deportation drive with murky histories and sometimes sordid criminal records, nevertheless have been found by federal courts to be illegally detained, and they were released. So even when Trump is trying to get the worst of the worst, if you're having untrained asshats out there, you're going to fuck it up every which way.
Well, and they, why they talked about, Trump said, we're going to do this very quickly, very quickly. You're doing it very quickly because you're not doing it legally. And the faster you do it, it's harder for people to jump in and be like, wait a minute here. We got to look at this. He was getting them out as fast as he could for a reason. Not because he wants to work hard, not because he has energy, but because he wants it blown through the system before it can be looked at and scrutinized.
Yeah, no, absolutely. As Naomi says, well, if you do get deported to Mexico, at least Mexico has universal health care. Do they? Does fucking everybody have universal health care on this planet? I'm so sick of our fucking healthcare system in this country. It's insane.
Yeah. I fight it every day.
I suppose it could be worse.
Most people do. But
I got some other FAFO ICE stories. I don't know if you got anything else on this topic.
No, please.
We love FAFO, fuck around and find out. Care for what you wish, you just might get it.
Yep.
Care for what you wish, you might regret it. That's Metallica's song, just so you know. Okay. I was waiting for some sort of accolades for quality Metallica. No? Okay.
It's awesome, dude.
Thanks, man. A coalition of business groups, restaurants, and lawmakers in Texas, red state, has been formed to push back against the anti-immigration policies of ICE as sales are collapsing and companies are struggling to find employees in Texas. According to a report from the New York Times, there's tension in the deeply conservative state as the economic impact on restaurants in particular is no longer tenable, with owners considering closing up shop. The owner of the Revolver Taco Lounge in Dallas claimed that day-to-day business reminded him of the years during COVID when the country was shut down.
Wow, dude.
He's comparing the COVID, dead days to what it's like right now. About 50% of Texas restaurants reported that they were no longer profitable. That's up from 38% just a year prior during Biden's last year. The Times reporting that some of this has been the result of the Trump administration's crackdown on immigration. In Texas, where by some estimates, nearly 10% of the workforce is undocumented, compared with 4.5% nationwide, restaurants owners have said that the crackdown is creating a chilling effect amongst their workers, regardless of their immigration status. And that's what we're talking about. People that actually are legal, they don't even want to get fucked with by ICE.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. We just had a guy locally here in Seattle that has been in the United States, has a family of, I want to say like 5 or 6 kids, okay? And he's been here for 40 years, has not yet attained citizenship in 40 years.
Wow.
Now, why that is, I don't have the whole story on that, but they're deporting him. And now, they're like, oh, our dad's going to leave. He's the caretaker. He's a provider. So now, what are we going to do now, guys? We're going to put all these 7 or 6, 5 young kids into foster care, and we'll just pay for them and make sure they grow up as damaged as they possibly can. So they'll need services for the rest of their life.
Causing generational problems, just like we're doing with Iran right now.
Yes.
Even if somehow this all wraps up soon, you've created a generation of people that are just going to have disdain for America and want revenge one way or the other. Same's going to happen with that guy's family. Like, they're just going to hate this fucking country and probably make things significantly worse. Whether by, turning to crime or turning to government assistance or whatever it is. Like, it's fucking nuts.
Yep, indeed. So, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, going back to the original side of this story, hopefully we see a little accountability for the ICE agents. And, I guess we got to somehow keep ICE in the news because obviously people are still being deported unnecessarily and unlawfully. We got to keep talking about this.
Yeah, I mean, you have noticed they have stopped these sweeping raids.
Yes.
Because they've realized how terrible it's making them look, and they know it's going to fuck them in the midterms. Like, we've said it before, but there are 2 issues resonating across political lines, maybe now 3, actually. But traditionally, it's been Epstein files and the way ICE is running amok in America. Now, I think you can add the Iran war as far as something that's cutting across, left and right and all age demographics. So got to keep hammering on this shit. So, this ICE story is awesome. I'm glad to see some files charged. Charges filed, and to have an arrest warrant, a nationwide arrest warrant. I want to see the perp walk for this motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too, dude. That's what we need to see. That's what I want to think about right before I fall asleep. Puts me to sleep like a baby.
How do you think he's going to be treated in jail? By the way, cops in general don't get good treatment there, but ICE agents in this day and age,
Can you imagine, dude?
He better hope he's in solitary confinement from day one, or that's not going to go over well.
My sister used to say to her kids all the time, you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. So there you go.
Karma's a bitch, and that guy's a bastard. He's going to learn. So,
indeed. All right. Are we moving on now from this?
Let me just throw one last White House-related criminal story out there, because we talked last week, or maybe it's 2 weeks ago at this point, about the fact that Trump is apparently going to be issuing blanket pardons to anyone who's been within 200 feet of the Oval Office, was the quote.
Right.
But this is fun. Many mega hardliners in Trump's White House are quietly panicking that they're going to go to prison and that no preemptive presidential pardon will be enough to save them. Particularly Stephen Miller and Pete Hegseth apparently are on the top of that list. Some of them have told me, this is the reporter, that they've noticed a growing trend of Democratic politicians making public calls for aggressive prosecutions of Trumplanders in the future. A trend one Trump aide privately lamented as kind of worrisome. A significant number of senior appointees working in Hegseth's Pentagon, in Miller's White House, and in so many other departments and crime laboratories all over the spectrum don't think that federal pardons would be enough to keep them out of jail. Much like with this ICE story we're talking about. Ass clown Trump can pardon you from federal crimes, but if state prosecutors get creative or do their job, they can probably find state crimes too.
Well, if you're that bad of a criminal, that you've done crimes all around the country, nothing's gonna save you, dude. I mean,
and what does that say about what you're doing in this world?
exactly.
That you're
Isn't that-
worried
aren't
you're
you
going to go to
admitting
jail.
Guilt.
Right. Guilty conscience. I'm not worried I'm going to jail for the job I'm doing. I mean, in Trump's world, I'm a little worried, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm not worried I'm breaking the law or anything. So if you're worried you're going to go to jail, that means you're pretty sure you're breaking laws. So,
Completely.
yeah. So good luck with that. And as someone else pointed out when that Trump story came out, like, you better hope the man doesn't die before he issues all these blanket pardons, because then you're fucked state and federal.
Completely, dude. Yeah, you'll be wishing for that auto pen.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
You know.
So
Yeah. No, I hope these fuckers get all that they deserve and more.
Yep. Midnight here. They're right. Presidential pardons only dismiss federal charges, not state charges. Yep. So, yeah.
Well, good. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's going to roll around before too long. I mean, at the stage all of life is moving. Yeah.
Well, the
we don't
hope
have
is
to wait
that
long.
the midterms, if the Democrats take over the both houses, they can actually pursue investigations, they can take over committees, and they can file criminal charges. So, yeah, it's a reality. Not for
November.
Trump, of course, because the fucking Supreme Court gave him immunity, but
Yeah,
not for
blanket.
all of his, blanket immunity. Now, his sycophants, though. So, good luck.
Yeah. And I don't know why, dude. I don't know why Trump's such a good guy, you know? He's such a good person.
He deserves the immunity. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
I think he deserves it, dude. Trump's got another lawsuit on the table. Did you hear that Trump's got another huge lawsuit, Steve? I'm going to play this video for you. This is crazy.
Okay.
The president is now suing his personal doctor's office over private photos that were leaked online. A White House correspondent says he is especially angry after seeing a post with this particular picture of his ass.
I was going to say, I think you're tricking me. I haven't heard about any illegally. That's fucking funny.
Pretty good.
That's his asshole. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. JD Vance has had one hell of a few weeks here as he went over to take care of some peace talks. I think he was hand in hand with Jared Kushner and some others to try and take care of some peace talks. And they got booted out with, no success from what we heard and what JD had to say himself.
Did make sweet love to a nice ottoman, though. So
Yes.
it wasn't a completely wasted trip.
Pleather. It wasn't leather, but it was close.
Leather chafes. He's learned.
Yes. Right after that, though, he came home and he was invited to a Turning Point USA event to go speak,
Oh, yeah. Good. That's his crowd right there, honestly. I mean, Turning Point USA, come on.
Yes. And
And his
Erica
alleged
Kirk,
lover.
yeah, right. Erica Kirk was supposedly supposed to headline this whole thing. And
They ran out of fireworks, so she couldn't make an entrance.
there were none, dude. She had none. What's his name? Used them all. What's the guy's name? Dookie? Dickie? Yeah, who
Dookie
dressed up
Howser?
as Erica Kirk? Help me out here, chat.
Charlie Kirk? Who are we
No.
talking about?
I'm talking about Erica Kirk. Who dressed up as Erica Kirk?
Oh, that comedian guy.
Yeah.
I
What's
don't
his
know
name?
his name, but
Dookie?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Dookie. I don't
yeah.
think that's his name.
I think it's Dookie, dude. Well, or
I don't think you
somewhere
should call
close.
a black entertainer Dookie. I'm just saying, okay?
No, listen, something like that. But anyway, he went. Erica Kirk apparently, just moments before she was supposed to go out on stage, canceled the event because apparently there were death threats that they were taking very seriously, and they said, no, you can't go out there today.
There was no crowd out there, is why she didn't
Right.
want to go out there.
Yeah. So people have said, like, that's not why at all, dude. That's not why. Let me tell
Everyone's
you.
chiming in now. Drewski. We should remember
Drewski,
that.
not Dookie. You guys
Drewski.
are right. Thank you.
You were close.
I was
Dookie is close to
Thank you,
Drewski.
dude.
Not bad. Okay.
Let me show you what it looked like. Even when J.D. Vance, the vice president of the United States of America, was out on stage, it didn't look that busy, dude.
It doesn't bother me when he speaks on issues today. Frankly, even when I disagree with how he's applying the
Dude, that's crazy, right?
The most obvious example is
So,
Yeah. It's a sign of the times.
completely right. And you know what? Everyone says, JD doesn't have the charisma that Trump has. So the, thought of JD being the next president and everything, like, that's a fucking joke, dude.
Yeah.
You can see right there, like, he doesn't have the pull that Donald Trump has. It's funny to me. This just kind of died out after that, and I thought, oh, that's funny that she obviously. I mean, the Secret Service thought it was safe enough for JD Vance to go out there, but not Erica. So
You would
everyone
see
just
the
kinda
assassin in the arena there. I mean, he would stand out like a sore thumb, not hiding in the
completely,
crowd.
dude. Yes, you can't hide anywhere. There's nowhere. You'd have to dress up as an empty chair to get
Right.
away with anything.
As
So
Reagan's Marine says, Vice President would not attend an actively threatened event. Yeah,
Right.
so, I mean,
Yeah, and that's how stupid that they think that we are.
Right.
But, we always talk about on this show how the news machine of Fox News and even like News Nation, this might as well be state media. I mean, this is propaganda anytime, all the time. This video won't show Candace Owens, but she's narrating this. She played this on her show, and I thought, oh, isn't that interesting?
We'll show you this. We'll scroll here. Not the venue. Not the venue. And yet in the corner, it says Andrew Colvett via X on Tuesday.
So this
Fox
is the
News is
footage
playing-
that Fox News used for that event.
Are you kidding me?
Keep watching.
Tuesday, because it says Athens, Georgia. This is not true. This is true propaganda. And we took a closer look at it, and they actually spliced together 3 separate events.
Wow.
So that they could show something of substance when Andrew spoke. That is humiliating.
Yes.
It's
And you're
humiliating, but it's-
straight up state media propaganda bullshit.
Completely. Because
like when
all the people that we talk about are mom's age, or, even my brother's age. When he tunes into Fox News, this is why he believes all this shit. Like, no, that's not true. He had a huge crowd. Like, it was packed in there.
It's insane. This is like when they edited the footage of Trump at the the transfer of the dead soldiers, whatever they
Yes,
call it.
yeah, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, or
No,
no,
the
you're talking
dignified
about
transfer or whatever it's called.
Yes,
like-
yeah.
Yeah, he was there and he had the baseball hat on, so Fox News spliced in old footage from a different
Yes.
event of the same nature. And that is beyond shady. I mean, Fox fucking News, take the news out of your title.
Yes, dude. This might as well be the WWE. This is this is a show. This is a play you guys are putting on.
Yes. Can we file like a class action lawsuit? We all just get to sue Fox for just lying in mass to all of us, for poisoning the minds of all of our grandmas, grandpas.
We should be able to, because it's a serious thing. I mean, I don't know. My dad's gone, but I always have this conversation with my cousin, and her mother's gone too. But we always talk about the fact that, like, if our parents were still here, do you think they would be on this Trump train? And I want to say with everything, no. But Fox News was a little ahead of my dad's time, but he sure did start to tune into Rush Limbaugh at the end of his life and, start to talk a lot of weird shit.
Rush Limbaugh was the gateway drug to Fox News. So,
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
So, yeah, a little bit crazy, but yeah, that's another reason why you should share with people that you know that tune into News Nation or Fox News or any of these channels that, yeah, they lie to you all the time, dude.
Yeah. I just had a mega type try to accuse me of, like, you only get your news from, MSNBC or some liberal network. I was like, motherfucker, I check more news sources every day than anybody, okay? Including Newsmax, including Fox News, including the New York Post. I check the conservative, I check the liberal, I check American media, I check foreign media. You don't even try that shit with me.
Yeah. No, I hear the same shit all the time. My brother and I get into these conversations, and he even told me the other day, you know what? At least the Republicans will have someone like Jessica Tarlov on, the Five, so they give a Democrat point of view. I was like, they put her on, and she does an amazing job of swimming in a sea of sharks that are just trying to make her look like a fool and diminish her. But we have you asshats on all the time with us if you're willing to come on. Most of the time you're not, because your points are really easy to show Not true.
Absolutely. And Tarlov, who is amazing, is part of the Five.
Yeah.
So they need some liberal on there. And you notice it's not like 2 liberals, 2 conservatives, and 1 centrist or something. It's 5 or 4 right-wing nut jobs and 1 poor woman trying to, make sense out of all that bullshit. And Trump went off on her last night, calling her no talent, least attractive person on there. Like she must be fired. Like, God forbid anyone have a different opinion than you. And she is so smart, so articulate, knows her shit. She is not the least attractive person by any means.
No,
She's a
cute.
bit of a hottie. So
Yeah, she's great. I think she's very intelligent.
yeah, projecting.
Yep, 100%. Well, where do you want to go, dude?
Well, if you got some good video, go for it. I've got a UFO story to get to at some point because this UFO stuff keeps getting weirder. And there's a new weird news story out there going around right now that I'm telling you, there's something happening here.
Well, if you want to go weird, dude, let's start off with this question to Caroline Levitt from, I believe this is Peter Ducey. He had a question Peter Ducey. He asked her a question. I think this is just this week that he talked about it.
There are now 10 American scientists who have either gone missing or died since mid-2024. They all reportedly had access to classified nuclear or aerospace material. Is anybody investigating this to see if these things are connected?
I've seen the report, Peter. I haven't spoken to our relevant agencies about it. I will certainly do that and we'll get you an answer. If true, of course, that's definitely something I think this government and administration would deem worth looking into. So let me do that for you.
Okay, first of all, why are you just now hearing about this?
Why is she? You mean?
Yeah, she's like, well, that's true. We would be looking. Well, it's definitely true. And now it's up to 11 scientists, all connected to this UFO program that have all gone missing or committed suicide or vanished. 11 different scientists.
The cases span a 3-year period. Like this has been going on for a while.
Yes.
I don't know if Peter Ducey was not happy with her answer, but then he asked President Trump about the same thing out on the lawn. Let's see what he had to say.
Yeah.
Scientists with access to classified stuff, nuclear material, aerospace, they've all gone missing or turned up dead in the last couple months. Based on what you've been briefed, what do you think is happening here? And do you think that this is connected or totally random?
Well, I hope it's random, but we're going to know in the next week and a half. I just left a meeting on that subject, so pretty serious stuff, but we're going to be hopefully, I don't know, coincidence, whatever you want to call it, but some of them were very important people, and we're going to look at it over the next short time.
Is it possible that some foreign adversary is in the United States scooping these people up?
Well, Biden had open borders. It wasn't very hard to get here, but we've gotten many of them out. We've caught many people, many very bad people, including thousands of murderers that we've taken out of our country, thousands of drug lords that we've taken out of our country, hundreds of thousands of prisoners that were let into the U.S. that we've taken out of our country. As far as the scientists are concerned, we'll probably have a pretty good answer over the next week.
I very much doubt that.
Yeah. Someone must have told him, stop saying 2 weeks for everything. Because he says everything is 2 weeks away. So now he's like, week and a half.
Yeah. I mean,
week and a half.
Healthcare plans to finding out these murders, 2 weeks away.
Right. I mean, whatever. Bullshit. I'm glad somebody finally mentioned it to him. But what in the hell actually is going on there? This is really gone. We have that one senator saying that we need to release these alien pictures and stuff, and that's great. But what the hell is going on with this? 11 scientists all connected to this. And one of them, before she magically shot herself in the head, was saying, she's got it documented. Like, I have got to get my research out. I feel like my life is in danger. The clock is ticking. Like there's pressure coming down on me. I am in fear of my life. And then, she just kills herself a few days later.
It's crazy, dude. 10 plus U.S. scientists tied to UFOs, nukes, and space tech dead or vanished since 2023. Obviously, you heard Trump call it pretty serious, but this is the first that he's hearing about it. These cases span 3 years. Michael Hicks, 7/30/23, causes were unknown. MIT plasma physicist shot. Caltech Carl Grilmer was a homicide. Retired AAF Gen Neil McCaslade missing from home. Have no idea what happened. I mean, these are all very strange things, that you would think, someone should look into that a long time ago.
Murders, suicides, and just gone.
Yeah, we have
I'm
no
sure
idea.
that's a coincidence. And by the way, I'm not necessarily saying it's our government. This could absolutely be a foreign government that's trying to get rid of these people. Like, something's going on there. Like, I really do feel like we got some alien news coming our way someday. And I'm not trying to get all conspiracy theory, but this the 11th scientist was a retired NASA engineer and was a vocal proponent of unconventional propulsion. And that's what all of these UAPs have been about. Yeah. That they are flying and maneuvering in ways that conventional aircraft cannot do. So whether it's alien technology or just super advanced technology that other government, whatever, man, there is something going on with these unidentified aerial phenomenon, the UAPs, and the propulsion technology that no one else seems to know where the fuck it came from. So I don't even care if it's alien or not, but 11 of these scientists have vanished, shot themselves, or been murdered.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Epstein just killed himself too. Like, come on now.
Something to keep our eye on for sure. But the article that I was reading, it's so funny, based off Trump's comment there on the lawn, said the bottom line, this Trump probe could expose deep state dirt. Stay tuned as answers drop next week. I was like, no. Nothing's coming.
It's a week away. I mean, if it is deep state stuff, then I thought they were all about, exposing that stuff. And I don't think that everything is all deep state, but there is obviously some level of deeper government and, things that are kept secret for whatever their reasons are.
Completely.
But you can't have 11 different scientists going missing. I mean, come on now.
Yeah. This comment. These people running the country just silence people so easily. That is so true, dude, that it just seems like, I mean, I know this has always happened. If you watch a couple seasons of Homeland, like, you know what the deal is. But, I mean, it seems to be happening a lot more. I don't remember it happening like this years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So,
comment here. Think about it. Those pilots described something that was revolving through its own axis. How was it traveling in a straight line? Our plane's thrust vector would be all over the sky. That's what I'm saying. Like, there are documented cases. People have testified. There's video. Like, there are aircraft doing things that they should not be able to do. So if scientists that are behind unconventional propulsion are just dying and vanishing, it's because this information is valuable or dangerous or whatever else. So stay tuned for more on that. Apparently, we'll know in a week and a half.
We'll know everything.
Got a phone call. Sir, we looked into it. The aliens are on the tariff shelf.
You'll find all the info right there.
Right.
It's in the Epstein files that you haven't looked at yet. Sir.
Yeah, exactly. So stay tuned.
I've been seeing this one come up in the chat. We might as well get to it. Steve Bannon or Steve Harness? Who are we going to talk about? We should probably talk about Steve Bannon.
I hate the number of Steves giving me a bad name. Fuck you, Steve Bannon, Steve Miller, like Steve Wickoff. Isn't his name Steve? I don't know. Too many stupid Steves. I don't like that my name Steve has become part of my professional moniker, by the way.
Steve Bannon was recently just sitting on a stage being interviewed. I watched this video and I thought, oh my God. And I went through the comments of it. And the first one on there was like, why is anyone still talking to Steve Bannon? And I had that same question of like, aren't we done with this guy?
I mean, he's got an audience. We should be done with him, but yeah, he's got a microphone. So.
Steve Bannon continues to talk about the efforts to get Trump elected for a third term. Here he is being interviewed today. Pay close attention to his appearance at the end of the video.
The final question is, J.D. Vance heir to the MAGA movement? Is he the heir apparent?
I don't think MAGA has President Trump. And as you know, I'm a huge advocate of President Trump's third term. So right now, I think...
You're not just saying that to mess with JD?
No, not at all. I think you guys all paid your taxes here yesterday. Are there anyone in the room would not vote for President Trump and what he's trying to do with this economy? President Trump is...
I can't imagine, but we're out of time, so we'll have to pick that up.
Whoa!
All right, I'm going to pause this video.
First of all, he is wearing 3 shirts. I find that weird, plus a sport jacket over top of it. Weird. But, okay, he loves Trump, who shits his pants, as we know. So is Bannon trying his own little offshoot of that?
I don't know, dude. I mean, it looks like this guy full on peed his pants on stage. And I know,
as
people get older, Sometimes it gets harder to hold it, from what I hear.
Sure.
Is it
not that old?
Or, I mean, here's another question. Did he pee his pants before he came out on stage? Because I don't see a lot of pee on the chair.
That's fair, but he seems to have absorbed it pretty well. I mean, the way it's creeping up his leg, like that would be against gravity. So I would think he probably did do it before he got out there. Plus the way it's sort of, fanning out, that looks like his fat fucking thighs were squishing it together. It was running down his leg, and then he sat down and spread it out. Like,
And look at the stupid look on his face. And if you did pee your pants, why wouldn't you try and keep your legs as close as you possibly could?
he may just be so fat and whatnot, he doesn't even know. But I don't accept that would be like he spilled coffee before he came out. There's no like splash marks coming from the top down. Like
right.
That is clearly
all penile.
Yeah, that's originating down south of the border there.
Yeah.
Wow. This is your mega icons. We've got Trump shitting himself and Bannon pissing himself.
Yeah, this is the guy that says, Trump is worthy of a third term. You'll also notice as he sits there and ruminates in his own urine that he asked, like, you guys all paid your taxes. Like, who wouldn't vote for Trump again? And the room was silent, dude. They came to watch you speak, and the room was silent. This is just another example of MAGAs moving away. They don't like to talk about this shit, dude.
No, absolutely. As someone's commenting here, he peed it, you bought it, that poor chair. It's true. We got Trump shitting on chairs, Bannon pissing on them, and Vance fucking them. Like,
you guys are quite the dream team, dude.
Right. America.
Let me get this idiot off this.
Shut up. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you,
Wow.
Steve.
Yeah, Chad here. Wet dream of Trump. Yeah, I mean, you could have just been blown a load there.
Possible. That's a big load, dude. I mean,
he may be quite backed up. So, wow. As
Well-
Wiggle says, they've lost all control. Yes, in every aspect. You're right.
You're right.
Wiggles McJiggles. I love you.
You gotta love the chat, dude. Love it.
Ooh, I feel a little nauseous now, too.
Let me tell you something, Steve. If you're tired of seeing Trump on TV and trying to explain to people who still like Trump and still think he's the greatest, he's an asshat, he lies to you all the time, everything we know, this is another great example. This lady posted this video, and I almost went to find the video without her in it to show it to you, but I just thought, oh, she deserves credit for this. This took place in the Oval Office. Trump was being questioned about prices in our country and how the economy and everything else is going. And this took place.
How are we doing with food prices, bringing them down?
Yes, sir. Well, I'm glad you asked, because I brought a chart, and that just happened to be right behind me. So speaking of milk is actually way down, and I know we're here to talk about that today. Obviously,
44%.
That's right, sir.
44% down. Milk, 44% down.
0.5.
No, wait. Let's see the chart again.
44% down.
No, that says 0.5%.
I don't know if I
Literally
believe
right
that.
behind you.
44%.
If you look at data from the Bureau of Labour Statistics, which this chart allegedly used, then I don't think these numbers look quite right. So milk prices do fluctuate a lot, but overall food costs are up 3% on last year.
And eggs are down 31%, so it's really something.
The chart says down 25%.
It's actually a legal definition, whole milk, and it's whole with a W for those of you that have a problem.
Unbelievable.
He can't mention the word whole without thinking about sticking his dick in it.
No, and someone just told him one time, like, that's WHOLE.
Right.
Love
And
something.
I agree. I call BS on a lot of those numbers anyways, but I love
Unbelievable.
that they're bragging that milk is allegedly down a half a percentage point. So on a
Completely.
gallon of milk, that's like what, a nickel, best case scenario?
Well,
But
and
then
that's
he's
day-to-day shit, dude. Like
down 44%, half off now.
Like, why would, I mean, he lies to you with the statistics right behind him.
You're right. I mean, he can't even follow the lie that somebody is holding up. Like, just say it's down 25%, down 33%. He's illiterate. I don't think he can read. Or it just speaks to the fact that he doesn't give a shit. He just makes up his own fucking numbers. Don't show me numbers.
Yeah.
I work on feelings, not facts.
Completely. So yeah, that's how things are going. He's still trying to get meat prices down. He talked a lot about bullshit with meat prices as of late. Look, guy, this is what we care about right now. Let's get this Strait of Hormuz, or Vermouth, as Scott Bessent calls it, back open.
Is that why you've been calling it the Strait of Vermouth all day?
Yeah,
I didn't want to point it out when we were talking earlier.
You didn't see it?
I did. Oh no, is that what? No, I didn't see that Bessent called it that. No, I thought you were just being funny.
No, here, watch this, dude.
President Trump said this morning that he thinks we're nearing the end. The U.S. kept their side on the ceasefire. We've stopped firing. The Straits of Hormuz have not been completely reopened.
The Strait of Vermouth, dude.
Is that a ski town or a liquor? What is Vermouth?
Liquor, yeah.
There's some town in the Northeast somewhere. It sounds like Vermouth, but
yeah,
I was thinking of Vermont. I don't know, but anyway, the Strait of Vermouth.
The Strait of Vermouth, I love
the Strait of Bailey's is open, but the Strait of Vermouth is not. So.
I will not call it, the Gulf of America, but I will, when you guys flub up like that, I will call it the Strait of Vermouth.
That's good shit.
A couple other great videos to play for you. Let's talk about this one. This was great. As a journalist takes down a host on Newsmax about defending Cuba. We have this conversation all the time. We've had this these talks about, like, oh, you went into Venezuela. We know why you went in there. You went in there for the fucking oil. Don't act like you care about the people, and all that. So this is just, I thought, such a great interview. Well, the guy that's being interviewed tore this host apart on Newsmax, and I loved it because it's exactly the way I feel, and I think a lot of us do.
Okay, love it.
News reporter Ryan Grimm also traveled to Cuba as well, reporting on all this. He's seen in this photo here. And Ryan joins us tonight.
The group that went along brought about 50 tons worth of medical supplies and solar panels. No fuel has basically gotten into Cuba since the Venezuela operation.
We're cutting off fuel to try and get this leadership out. Get them the hell out of there, because they won't leave. They won't have an election. They won't leave.
Why do you care about, like, who's in charge in Cuba? Who elected you to do that? I can't even get my mind to a place where I would think it's my call. Like, who runs Cuba? Who runs Haiti? Who runs Mexico? Who runs Iraq? Who runs Iran? Like,
that's a fair
Israel.
That's a fair criticism. Do you want this regime to continue to run this country against the wishes of the people?
It's not
that
up
are
to
all
me.
impoverished.
It's not up to me. I live in Washington, D.C. I vote in Washington, D.C. elections, and I vote in federal elections. Where do you live?
You live in Washington. That's fair.
Where do you live?
I live in New York.
You live in New York. In what world is it a New Yorker's responsibility to stop Mexico from selling oil to Cuba?
That's okay. Fair criticism right there. My question to you is, why do you care? Why did you travel there? Why did you? If you don't care, why did you travel there to try and support the regime?
I'm a journalist, and the United States is literally killing people.
I was going to say, if you think their government is so fucking bad, then send in the military, which he's about to do, I'm sure. But you don't just starve the entire country of energy and electricity. Again, these are war crimes, attacking infrastructure and starving the civilian population. Like, you can hate a government, but the civilians are just civilians.
Yes. And you're taking it out on them. That's not the way that any of this is supposed to work. So when you ask them, why did you bring supplies? Because, again, we are the terrorists in this scenario. Look in the fucking mirror, America, and realize that you are killing innocent civilians.
I will say a large shipment of oil did just recently make it through to Cuba, though. Do you know where it came from?
Where? China?
Russia.
Yeah.
Trump, if he actually was a man of his word, should have blown that fucking, oil tanker out to Kingdom Come. But no, it was Putin's. So for some reason, we decided to just let that one get through.
Very interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fun. I got a good FAFO story to get to before we're done.
Get it on.
All right. This is new, coming out just in the last hour or so here. Get this. Megastar flamed for asking Trump to fix her passport gender. Caitlyn Jenner is pleading with Donald Trump about the unwanted change to her passport, and critics are rolling their eyes. So Jenner, as we all know, a transgender woman, has actively supported Trump for years now. And then Trump signed the executive order declaring that there were only 2 genders during his first week in office. Supreme Court allowed the administration to enforce that order by forcibly changing the gender markers on federally issued documents, including passports. So Jenner was just on one of the mega podcasts today and was saying, what do I do? This is a safety factor. I cannot travel internationally anymore. I can't use my passport. I cannot vote anymore. And she is begging Trump to personally change this just for her, though. Not for everyone,
else,
not to stop this trans-hating trans for everyone. Just this mega asshat is saying, well, this is screwing me over, and I support you, Trump, so allow me to travel and vote.
And the reports that I read said that Trump had thus far ignored her and would continue to do so. He doesn't care, dude.
Yes. And she was saying, like, I know Trump's busy. I know there's a lot going on, but hello. It's classic mega. Like, it's good enough for you, but not for me. Not, for thee, but not me. Like, it's fucking hilarious. So, yeah, Fafo, fuck around and find out. Care for what you wish for. You were part of this trans-hating bullshit that is just fear-mongering. And now, oh, shit, it affected you? Well, we're going to change that then.
The only reason that you supported Trump is because you come from a place of privilege where most of the people in your community do not come from. It's a marginalized people. But now you're finding out. I could wish for nothing better than you don't get this. It doesn't change for you. Yeah, Fafo, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it would be one thing to come out and say, like, this is too far. You cannot be doing this to the transgender community. Or just shut the fuck up and change your passport because this is what you voted for.
Yeah.
But to actually go out and publicly whine about it and expect the president to change it just for you. Yeah. And he may, and that will just show you the hypocrisy. Like, that's a very prominent transgender person. So.
He just shows you more and more that, I can be bought, dude. I mean, I know you guys all know that, but here's proof positive.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. So,
Steve, what would you like to hear? A great lie about Trump that the religious community believes, or some gross baby news?
I don't like gross baby news.
I think you'll like gross baby news. These are the maggots that you're voting for and feeding into when you say, hey, my body, my choice. They don't want to control our bodies. Are you kidding me? This is what all the MAGAs have to say. Listen to this report of this guy on the news talking.
Absolutely. We still have 3.6 million births a year, but the problem is teens and young adults. From ages 15 to 19, the fertility rate is down 7%, and it's down 70% over the last 2 decades, meaning we're telling people that are young not to have babies, to wait till they're in a more stable life situation, till they're more financially secure.
We got to get that back up. Those 15-year-olds, dude. We got to get them spitting out babies again.
Some reason the teen pregnancy rate is down, and that's a bad thing. They've somehow learned to wait until they're financially stable to be having children.
Crazy, dude.
Oh my God.
Population problem here to tend to.
Juxtapose that with the abstinence-only preaching they all do. Don't have sex ever for any reason. Oh, wait, we do want some 16-year-olds in Kentucky cranking out babies because we need more dumb white mega voters.
Oh, it just made me feel so gross to watch that old man with greasy lips talking about that. I was just like, oof, my God, dude.
Ever since Epstein killed himself, the teen pregnancy rate has just fallen off the cliff here. Like, we got to get this back in.
Yeah. Well, you're in luck, Steve. I have time to play with you this religious lie about Trump. I title this, I'll take things that never happened for 500, Alex.
Oh, Laura, as you said, this is probably my favorite subject to talk about. First off, to give honor to God and to President Trump for being bold and unwavering with his faith. Many people don't know, like you do, and say hello to Eric and everyone in the family about the upbringing of President President Trump, that he went to sometimes 3 times a week to, he said it depended on the teacher, to Saturday school, Sunday school, church. It was at Norman Vincent Peale's. Church was a big part of his life, of course.
Bullshit. Bullshit. I'd be shocked if he's been to church 3 times in his life.
Completely. Yeah.
The guy that can't quote his favorite Bible verse, you know. Like,
these are, these are the lies that they're telling. If he spent so much time in church, why does he feel like it's acceptable on any level to have a feud with the Pope, dude?
Right, and compare himself to Jesus and all that.
Yeah.
Like, please.
Did you hear the latest news on that? The old doctor thing? I thought it was a doctor.
No. What?
Caroline Leavitt reportedly told him to go out there and tell people that the photo was doctored.
Okay. So he took that as, I should tell everyone I am a doctor? Is that the theory?
That's what's being reported. That she said, hey, we're just going to go out and we're going to say this photo was doctored.
That's hilarious.
And that he took it that way. So,
Yeah.
I can't put it past him, that's for sure.
No, his dementia-riddled brain, so good stuff.
Thought it was a doctor, Steve.
Yes.
All right.
Unfortunately, we got to wrap this up.
Indeed we do. All right. Hey, chat. Thanks for hanging with us today. As you know, this is The Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve. We give you 2 of these bad boys each and every week.
Yep. Go to thevocalminority.net if you want to contact us directly. And I know you're watching the video version, but find us on the podcast platform you use and hit subscribe to The Vocal Minority, please.
Yes, indeed. Have a good weekend, y'all. We'll talk to you on Tuesday.
And that'll do it for another edition of The Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve. Thanks for joining us on the Really American Media platform. Check out all our social media wherever good social media is found. Until next time, you tiny little bastards, good day.